Hello, bonjour, namaste, ni hao, and ohio, everybody. What is going on? It is Gil Riot here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Danmachi Battle Chronicle video. And today, it's the eve of the beta test. Yes, we're only hours away from the beta test going live. In fact, I think we're exactly 12 hours away from the beta test going live at the time of this recording. By the time you're watching this, it's about 10 to 9 hours away from the beta test going live. And I'm so excited to be playing it for the very first time. I already have a live stream scheduled, so you guys can go and, get yourself notified so that whenever I go live, you'll be knowing when the live stream goes up. It's already scheduled on the channel, so don't worry about that. We're going to be playing it on launch. Now, before we get into the beta test and before we start playing the game, this video is going to be going over some images that we have managed to obtain from the Google Play Store. Of course, thanks to them, dropping the Google Play link. It's just like any other Google Play Store kind of app screen, basically, right? You have your, install button, and then if you scroll down, you get to see some images from the game and stuff like that. So we have those images. We have some details to go over, actually. These images that they've given us, some of them are stuff we've already seen, but some of them are new. They're completely fresh and new. We've never seen them before, so of course we're going to be going over that. And at the end of this video, we're also going to be taking a look at the opening movie. Of course, if you guys go on to enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel for more Danmachi and Danmachi Battle Chronicle content, and of course leave a comment down below as well, letting me know if you have any questions that you want answering from the game. Let me know in the comment section down below, and I will be covering it all in a video towards the end of the beta test. So be sure to comment down below and I'll get to them. All right, I'll get to them for sure. All right, so this is the first image that they showed us in the Google Play Store. Now, the one thing I want to note before I get into anything else is that this image is the image that you will see when you log into the game for the very first time. So, for example, in Danmimo, you have a title screen, right? You have a title screen which changes regularly. Like, for example, right now, you can see that Lily and Belle are sparring. You have Maid Haruhime in the back and stuff like that. And then previously, we had the Althea and Kid Belle title screen for a couple of weeks. And then, of course, we had the Season 4 sort of like title screen basically going on. Similarly, this is the title screen you will see. It's actually the thumbnail I used for the live stream as well. So you can see that it's pretty cool. I like it. It's something that's nice and plain for the first one. And I think they'll evolve it over time. Of course, whenever we get a special event, anniversary, or something along those lines, we'll probably see it getting updated quite drastically, right? Especially if they start doing maybe more Sword of Rotoria stuff, right? Because I remember way back when Danmimo obviously had their initial title screen, which was just all the Hestia Familia members and Eyes just sitting in the Hostess of Fertility, right? In the tavern. And then obviously when they started dropping Sword of Rotoria content, when they dropped the Aizen Lafia chapters, they switched it to a Sword of Rotoria title screen basically. So that is something that they will probably do over time, of course, right? And it's really weird seeing everybody in the Hestia Familia except, well, everybody is part of the Hestia Familia except Aizen and Ryu, which makes sense because they're literally the secondary protagonists at this point, right? They're fan favorites. It makes sense for them to be on the title screen of the game, of course, including the Hestia Familia, who's obviously going to be there anyways, right? So let's take a look forward now and see what other images we have. So a lot of these images are actually new. The only not new image is actually the Seer image in the bottom left. If you go back to a couple of the trailer reactions, I think she was in the second trailer we got. And of course, it's a scene card, right? But of course, if you take a look on the top screen, right, we obviously have Aina talking to Belle. The image quality is a little bit poor, but I think that's just them, compressing the image and stuff like that. The 3D models don't look that great in image format. I feel like they'll look a lot better when we start actually playing the game. But this is how the actual interactions will go probably in the story. Of course, there's going to be 3D animated scenes as well. We know that because we've seen in the trailer, we saw Belle fighting Astreus. That was an animated sequence. We saw Belle versus Juggernaut, Belle versus Finn, Belle versus the Goliath in the first, Belle versus the Minotaur, I should say, not even the Goliath. It was just Belle versus the Minotaur in the first season, right? So those scenes I think will definitely be animated, but when it comes to the normal story two characters talking to each other, it does seem like it's just going to be very similar to Danmimo actually, but of course with the 3D models instead of the 2D drawn arts basically, right? That's what it'll be like. The bottom right seems to be from an animated scene. If we go take a look at the eyes one, it does seem to be from the first chapter actually, the first scene when Bell is well, about to be mauled by a minotaur, and then Ice comes and saves him. It does seem like that's going to be the case. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. And of course, we have Bell meeting Hestia for the first time. That's probably going to be the scene we immediately see right after the opening movie. We'll check out the opening movie later on because it's really, really nice. I think they've done a good job with the opening movie. Now we come on to the battle screen, right? This is very straightforward, of course, and simple. We've seen the battle UI before. It doesn't look like there's been major changes since that trailer. A lot of it seems to be the same. Of course, you have your HP bar at the bottom, and then of course the element to the left of the HP bar, you've got your attack. So you have dodge on the bottom right, normal attack in the middle, you've got your 3 skills surrounding it, and then you have your ultimate on the left side, between the HP bar and the skill on the right hand side. So that's your ultimate. You can see Bell is using Firebolt here. I assume that's the skill on the bottom left of the sort of like the 3 in the 3 things is the bottom one of the 3 skills on next to the sword icon. So that's pretty cool. You've got your auto button. Again, I'm very curious to see how the auto system is exactly going to work in this game. It's going to be very interesting to see how it works, to be quite honest. Very, very interesting. I assume this is talking about the animated special arts and stuff like that. Again, I'm very curious to see how they'll look and how they'll evolve over time, because one of the things I feel like Danmimo does relatively well, I still think they could improve drastically when it comes to the special arts, but it's all very unique. Each character has a very unique special arts. Obviously you can see some similarities between characters. Like for example, the best example to take actually is the Finn special art we have right now. In the background of Finn's special art, you get to see Fianna for a split second, and then it goes into his attack, right? It's exactly the same as Fianna's own special attack, where you get to see Fianna in the background, and then the special attacks go off. So you get to see some similarities there. But the thing is, with the Danmachi Battle Chronicle, it all being in 3D animated and stuff like that, it's going to be a lot more trickier. It's going to take a lot more time developing these models and these animations compared to Danmimo, which is obviously going to be a lot quicker. It's a lot easier to punch out those units and get them out. So I wonder how the banners are going to be. Are there going to be like 6-unit banners like Danmimo? Or is it going to be a lot more limited? Maybe like 1 unit and 1 assist per banner maybe, which in a way would be really nice. I think it would be amazing if they go down like a Dokkan battle route, where it's like 1 main unit, 1 sub unit, and then you've got your additional units in the background, right, in terms of the banners. So you can target, of course, the main featured unit, which is going to be the adventure. Then the banner unit or sub unit is the assist. Basically, you can interchange depending on which one needs to be featured. And of course, you can fill out the rest of the banner with maybe like older versions of those units and stuff like that. It's going to be very interesting to see how it goes. The one thing I want to say that it'll be similar to is probably Bleach Brave Souls banners. And if I take a look at Bleach Brave Souls, right, if I recall correctly, they always drop only like maybe at most 4 units at a time, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna check on Google right now to see some banner examples, but I feel like it's always 2, 3, maybe 4 at tops at most, right? Because yeah, I'm looking at it right now and I'm seeing like only 3-unit banners, maybe 2 units at most in some situations. So I'm very curious to see how it's going to go, because they can't output the same level of units or same amount of units that Danmimo does. Danmimo can drop 4 to 6 units per celebration, because it's not it's not as much it's not as intensive as creating 3D animations, right? So I think that's one thing to note as well. I'm very curious to see that. Obviously, this is the 8-player battle royale system. We can see right here, we can see the rankings on the top left. You've got your timer count. You can see that everybody's fighting. You can see Gareth is wearing a very interesting costume. It's not his regular outfit, so it seems like we might be getting a special Gareth, first and foremost, maybe a free-to-play Gareth, who knows. We've got Bell in the regular outfit, Bet in the regular outfit as well. Ryu is on the regular outfit. Tiona in the bottom. Yep, that's Tiona. Just had to make sure. Tiona looks like she's wearing her normal outfit as well. Very interesting. So at least we can see that Gareth is wearing something unique. You can see Eyes and Welfar in the party as well, so you can have 3-man parties basically. I wonder what the red dots are. I assume the red dots are like enemies basically, right? Normal mobs. And then the purple icons are basically your fellow players, your real-time players basically. So you'll have to beat them, you'll have to beat enemies, you'll want to beat enemies to get stronger, and then you'll want to beat your group mates basically, or your PvP mates, I suppose is the best way to put it. So that's going to be interesting, of course, right? And now the menu. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move my head over here so you guys can see the full menu. So this seems to be our menu screen for the game. Now, a lot of things to dissect, a lot of things to dissect. Now, we will translate the menu in just a moment, but I'm just gonna give you guys what I think everything is. And for the most part, I already know some of it, but I'm just gonna go over some of the things that actually aren't going to get translated, and you might be wondering what they are. So on the top right, you can already see that there's gonna be banners, just like how Don Mimo has banners in the top left, right? You can scroll through the banners and see what events are live and everything of that sort. It does look like we're gonna be having a Bell versus Minotaur event first and foremost. Very interesting. You can see that there is Valis on the top right. Iris is going to be the summon currency for sure, just like Don Mimo. So that's at least good. At least that is going to transition over really well between Don Mimo and Danmachi Battle Chronicle. The currencies look to be the same. Stamina is in the top of your screen right there. You've also got your player rank and player name right there. Chat, there does seem to be a global chat from what it looks like. There does seem to be a global chat, which is very, very interesting. And then of course you've got this sort of like diagonal X with arrows, which will probably blow out the menu and allow you to take screenshots without the UI and stuff, which is really, really nice. In the left you get news. I assume that's going to be news, presents, missions. No idea what the bottom two are. I'm not gonna lie, no idea what the bottom two are. Babel Tower. The Babel Tower here looks to be what it seems like. I'm assuming is the gacha. Well, no idea what that is. It's a Hestia and Bell icon. I assume it's the party screen is my guess. That would make sense if it is the party screen. The church, that says familiar, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that says familiar. Let me just sort of like do this 1 second. I have an idea on how to do this. Let me check if this is the right... yeah, that is familiar. I just wanted to double check my Japanese and see. I decided to put it in a translate, but I knew that was familiar. This seems to be the strengthening screen or gear scene. I assume that's what that is. This is PvP and Battle Royale, has to be with the cross swords. That's always the case. Stadium probably is what it is. And this has to be adventure. That's my assumption on this, right? So now if we go over here and take a look at this, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll in and we're going to see everything. So we can't see much in that regard. So you got notice right here, present here. I hate the fact that this isn't showing everything. Can I maybe put this down? There we go. Okay, beautiful. Sorry, that's not moving down, so it's fine. You've got mission, you've got shop. Okay, makes sense. Shop, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Obviously, we have to get an Iris shop for sure. Exchange shop, okay, that's nice. At least you can directly exchange from here. That's a thumbs up there. Because of course in Don Mimo, a lot of it is, you know, locked behind menus basically, right? So if you go into the shop, then you go into the exchange, you have to specifically go to the event exchange, and then you have to go into another exchange, and it becomes a little bit extra. So having the exchange on the main menu and then going into the menu is fine there. So you have gacha, you have... Is that alternating current? I'm pretty sure that's not meant to be electricity, but I assume that's party. Familiar. This says strengthen, which I assume means leveling up your gear, your characters and stuff like that. Open game hall, PvP and Battle Royale, probably adventure. So yeah, very interesting obviously to see all of these things. I do like the menu, right? I'm gonna go back to the Play Store now. I do like the menu. I really do like the menu, to be quite honest. It's a lot simpler than I thought it was going to be quite honest. I was expecting it to be bloated with stuff, to be quite honest. I was expecting it to be filled and cluttered, in all honesty, and I hate those types of UI. I genuinely despise those types of UI, in all honesty. This is so much cleaner than I thought it was. Of course, could they have maybe improved some things here and there? Yeah, absolutely. I think some things could be improved here and there, but it feels similar to Don Mimo at its core in terms of the UI, like I said, with the potato snacks, Iris and Valis, and then just generally the menu is very similar as well, with the adventure in the bottom right and so on and so forth. But I will say this is very clean, very nice. Obviously, I hope to see maybe we can change the characters in the main lobby as well. Maybe we can have Ryu in the church instead, or maybe we can have Ryu in the Hostess of Fertility, or Hestia in the Hostess of Fertility. Maybe we can go to the Freya, you know, the Freya. I don't know what I wanted to say there, but we can go to Freya's Lair. I'm just gonna say Freya's Lair. Let's go with that. I don't know what to call it. I was struggling with a word there. I was gonna call it dorm, but it's not. Freya doesn't have a dorm. I'm just gonna call it Freya's Lair. We can go to Freya's Lair. Maybe we can go to the Loki Familia mansion. We can go to maybe the reception at the guild. I think I would love any of those scenes, and maybe we can change those things. That would be amazing. So yeah, I'm very, very excited. It's going to be very interesting. We're going to go and deep dive into the main menus and stuff tomorrow morning, of course, when we start the live stream and stuff. But yeah, very, very nice. I really like this menu, to be quite honest. It's very clean and a lot better than I was expecting, to be quite honest. It's genuinely a lot better than I was expecting. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up the opening movie again. Obviously, if you guys haven't seen it already, I'm going to obviously mention that I have uploaded the I have uploaded it, so you guys can actually see the Battle Chronicle movie in its entirety with voice and everything. Of course, I'm going to be playing it muted in the background. So if I were to do this, if I'm not mistaken, there we go. And I'm going to just move my face cam over here, basically. So the movie is very, very cool. I did like the movie. Of course, I've uploaded it to my channel. So get subscribed. You get to see more content like this. Had to get hit with the copyright claim for this video, but that's fine. Because of course, it had the theme song playing. Saju Nohana, of course, singing the opening theme song, just like she did for a lot of the OPs and EDs for Danmachi. But I like this. It was very nice. It took obviously a lot of stuff from the anime itself. This is straight from the anime pretty much and stuff, right? But it's voiced, of course, by the voice actors and actresses, which is really nice. Of course, that is something that we were a little bit hesitant on, is like how much would they go to compare towards Danmimo. Danmimo being fully voiced and everything is a huge advantage in its favor. But if Danmachi Battle Chronicle can do the exact same, that's an advantage in favor of Battle Chronicle as well. It just neutralizes the competition effectively, right? So this is really nice. Of course, this is a better indication of how the 3D models look like, not the images that I was showing you, because I think the images don't do it justice, to be quite honest, right? In comparison to actually seeing it in motion, right? That's one thing I feel like is a bit of an issue with 3D models, is like if you take screen caps, and this is going to be really annoying to me personally when it comes to making thumbnails and stuff, I'm going to be really frustrated, is just the quality is going to be so much more difficult to manage when it comes to thumbs. Honestly, I might have to just use Cross Historia artwork or Danmimo artwork, providing Danmachi Battle Chronicles assets aren't just all 3D models basically. But yeah, it goes to basically Bell before he joined the Hestia Familia, and obviously his first meeting with Hestia, which I think is really, really nice. It's sweet, it's nice, and it's a great way to start the game itself, because it gives an indication of what the situation is and everything, especially if you are a player who's never seen anything Danmimo related or Danmachi related. I said Danmimo related. I mean, you might have not seen anything Danmimo related, but nothing Danmachi related. It gives you a good idea on the characters and everything. Very, very nice. I absolutely adore it, and I'm very excited to be seeing it in game, of course, tomorrow for the very first time. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the menus and stuff like that, and let me know what you guys think. I'm very curious to see, do you guys like it, dislike it? Do you think the menus could have been done better and stuff like that? Let me know in the comment section down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel for more Danmachi and Danmachi Battle Chronicle content, and of course, if you want to be there live, get notified as to when I go live by clicking that bell button. And of course, thank you all so much for the support over the last couple of days, especially leading into Danmachi Battle Chronicle. It's always been truly appreciated. And of course, I want to give back to you guys by obviously making sure that I cover the game as best as I can. And of course, providing you guys with the best information possible on the interwebs. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.